Welcome to BBC News. We begin in Europe, which remains the epicentre of the global pandemic of COVID-19. Governments are struggling to halt the spread of infection and are introducing tough new measures in the face of rising death tolls. Rich Preston has the latest.
Across Europe, the number of cases and fatalities is rising ever more. In several countries, measures that were in place to limit people's movements have now been superseded by even stricter controls. Germany has banned public gatherings of more than 2 people, with police monitoring the new rules and taking action against those who break them.
The
overwhelming majority of people understand that it is now down to every individual, that everybody can and must do their bit to stop the virus.
Moments after that press conference, the announcement that Chancellor Merkel herself will be going into quarantine after it was revealed she met a doctor who has since tested positive for the virus. Europe's largest economy has had over 24,500 confirmed cases and more than 90 deaths. The infection rate in Spain has been one of the fastest in the world. The death toll has passed 1,600. This exhibition centre converted to an emergency hospital. Lockdown measures have been tightened, but the government still can't halt the spread of the disease. Desperate times call for desperate measures. The military testing an adapted snow cannon to disinfect large areas quicker than they were able to before, and taking disinfectant sprays to pharmacies and health centres. Italy's death rate has surpassed that which was seen in China. Sunday saw 651 new deaths alone, bringing the total to nearly 5,500. Italy's hospitals pushed to the brink. This contingent of doctors from Cuba arriving at the weekend to try to help ease the pressure. Authorities have introduced even tighter restrictions on movement. Now, only businesses deemed absolutely essential can stay open. All travel within the country is banned. Switzerland may have only just over 7,000 confirmed cases, but it's the second highest number of infections per capita after Italy. It's called in its army reserves for the first time since the Second World War. 8,000 personnel on standby to relieve hospitals under increasing pressure. Authorities in Greece are introducing severe new measures to extend the country's lockdown. It's in response to what officials say was people treating the lockdown like a holiday, crowding open spaces and visiting families. Now, a total ban on non-essential movement. Anyone moving about must carry ID and be able to prove why they're travelling, or let the government know in advance, online or by text message.
Time is no longer measured in days but in hours. Bold and rapid initiatives are needed. The state is obliged to care for the health of its citizens and to intervene when personal freedom threatens society. And when one's responsibility turns out to be defective, then the public interest must be safeguarded.
The rates of death from coronavirus have been quicker in some European countries than was seen in China, where the virus began. One of the European Union's principles is the freedom of people's movement, but for the time being, that will have to be put to one side, as countries struggle to deal with a much more pressing and very real threat. Rich Preston, BBC News.